Hi YouTube, DDTJ, and today I'm back with a new video on Mastercam Case Study. And today I'm gonna talk about a function in Mastercam that's called Toolpath fillet. So what is a Toolpath fillet and how it works, what it can have, I'm gonna show you today. Okay. Before we start, I want you to take a look on the screen. I have two part, one simple part like this for demonstration, and another one for our case study. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated, and this one a simple part for demonstrating. Okay, we start with this one first. Alright, this is just a simple cavity with some taper wall inside and a fillet at the bottom of the cavity. So we go to the dynamic to check some dimension. Okay, you can see this is the taper wall with the 5-degree taper angle. Okay, and at the bottom we have a radius here with mark in green. I'm gonna check it so we can see what is the radius. Yeah, you can see that on the analyze dynamic window. We can see the radius of the fillet is 0.2. Yeah, 0.2 radius, and that means we can clean this radius with a 0.4 maximum to clean all the material on this fillet. So okay, and let's take a look on this. First I have to rough. If you want to rough the part, we have to use a roughing tool pad and a tool. Normally you can use a flat end mill for roughing, or you can use a bull end mill for roughing, but on this case I will use a flat end mill. This is a 3/8 flat end mill, and I'm gonna use the error roughing tool pad for roughing this. Okay, like this one. Okay, so you can see on the screen is our roughing tool pad. Yeah, it's rough the part, and after that I make another tool pad for finishing. Okay, and we take a look on this fillet again. This is 0.2 radius, and what happens if I select a tool with a bigger radius like this one? Okay, I will try with the 1/2-inch ball mill so we can see what happened. Yeah, we can select some parameter for the finished tool path. Okay, alright, this is just for demonstration, so I don't make it so too detailed. Okay, sorry, I need to change this tool path to finish, and we use a waterline for finishing the wall and a fillet. Okay, and we go with the 0.01 step down. Okay, and the cutting direction is climb milling, and okay, for alright, go. So you can see I have this finished tool pad with a 1/2-inch ball mill. So this is our finished tool pad. It will look like this, and we can take a look on the simulation. Now you can see I use the tool have a radius that greater than the radius of the part here on this fillet, and now I'm gonna do the simulation so you can see what happened. I can pretty sure you have it a lot in your machining. Okay, we run the roughing tool first. Okay, so this is the roughing operation. I will turn on the color loop so we can see. Yeah, this is the part after roughing, and this is the finish tool. Okay, let's see what happened. Oops, sorry, maybe I need to change the stock to lift on this Toolpath. Yeah, now I lift 0 and 0 stock for the finished Toolpath, and you can see I lift 0.01 for the roughing Toolpath. Okay, we regenerate it. Alright, yeah, now we simulate it again. This you can see this is our stock and this is the workpiece, and now this is the tool after it's running the roughing operation. I use a flat 10mm so you can easy to see the problem. Okay, and on the screen this is the part after the roughing operation. Dun, 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 dun. And now here's the finish tool. You remember what this is? A 1/2 inch ball mill, so the radius here is a little bit bigger than the radius on the part. And now I try to run this. Choo! You can see it's running smooth. You can see we have no problem on the wall here. The tool can clean all the material on the wall, on the top of the wall here, no problem. But wait, you see that? You see that? I'm gonna turn off the stock. Alright, sorry, I'm turning off the workpiece, and here's our problem. Okay, you can see the yellow mark here on the wall, right on the fillet. One of the fillet, you can see we have 3 mark here. Yeah, and you know what, this is the mark from the roughing tool, and I can pretty sure you know what happened, why we have this mark, because even we run this finish tool, we clean all of the material, but as this corner is unable to clean up all the material, because the radius of the fillets is only 0.2, but the radius of the finish tool is 0.25. That's why it cannot clean all the material here. And with a flat MU for roughing operation, it has a 0 corner radius, so it can easily contact with the fillet here. But it's not the same with the ball mill, so that's why we have this mark here. Is crazy. I can pretty sure many of you have this issue when you program your part. Okay, we're back with our part and find a solution for this. Oh, where my part? Okay, so this is the part. Of course, let's talk about the fillet here. The fillet is now 0.2 radius, so if this is a part that need tight tolerance, you have to run it at 0.2. But if this is a not important part and its design allow you to use a bigger radius, a greater radius, for example 0.3 or 0.25, and so that means you can use this 1/2 inch ball mill for finishing the part with no problem. Yeah, if the design allow you to do that, we can do that. Okay, so if the design are not allow you to use a bigger tool, we have to run this radius with a smaller tool, for example 3/8 ball mill, or even a smaller like a 1/4 ball mill. Yeah, so we can clean this corner. And if the design of the part, the design of the model allow us to use a bigger tool, in some case that's not important, it's just for schematic looks, so we can use a bigger tool with no problem. So how we can do it, because if I run this drawing toolpath and finish toolpath here with a big tool, and you can see we have some mark left over. So how we can eliminate the mark and without changing the design of the model, without changing this fillet manually, I'm gonna show you. Okay, to do that, we go to the toolpath parameter here, and when you look in the arc filter and torrent option, you can see a plus sign here, and you click on this. This is the tool we are talking about, the Toolpath fillet. I really don't know why Mastercam they put this really cool function in a place very difficult to find inside this arc filter and torrent. I don't think they have any relation, but yeah, not sure why they put it in here, but when you found it, you will see it's very interesting. Okay, so this is the thing I call Toolpath fillet, and it's a very powerful tool. Okay, if you want to figure out what is Toolpath fillet, you can go to the help button here, click on this, and Mastercam have some demonstration on this, what is this and how this work, and how the toolpath look like with and without the toolpath fillet. Okay, yeah, you can see here they have some explanation. I think with the toolpath fillet, Mastercam create a virtual fillet on the part, so the tool will not go into the sharp corner here. Yeah, with the toolpath fillet is different to the corner fillet. With the toolpath fillet, it's look on the 3D model. Yeah, so you can see we also have fillet on the vertical direction, not only the horizontal direction. Yeah, and you can see with the toolpath fillet activated, we have a virtual radius here, so the tool will follow that virtual fillet, and it will not plunge into the sharp corner of the part or other small area of the part. This is the part without a toolpath fillet, and this is the part with toolpath fillet. You can see the difference. Now the tool is not go into the sharp corner here, and that's what we do with our part. I would turn off that fillet option. Okay, we back to the part, and to use this you need to activate it. You click on this checkbox and it will activate it. Here Mastercam provide you to type two option for toolpath fillet. The first option is you can they call simple fillet. You can input the value of the fillet you want to apply on a toolpath. I think that's the fillet with mark in red color here. Yeah, you can input the value for the fillet. Maybe if you want a 0.5 toolpath fillet or 0.02, you can input here, and you got a red fillet here with the radius have the value you input. Or you can prefer another way for doing the fillet. That's called tool shape fillet. And with this option activated, you can define a tool that make the fillet on the part. Okay, for example, I want to finish the part with the 1/2 inch ball mill, so I can input this value. For example, the tool diameter should be 0.5, and the corner radius we use a ball mill for finishing, so it will be 0.25. This is the ball mill, and the taper angle is 0 because it's not a taper tool, and the tool height maybe 3 inches just for calculation. Okay, and they have something here called number of facets. I don't know what is it, I never use it, so maybe you can figure out what is it, but I don't think it's so important. This one, these 4 parameters is the most important. I prefer using this for define the fillet on the part. Okay, before we apply this, I'm gonna show you one thing. Okay, I create a line, a curve here for the profile of the cavity. Okay, and I will, you can see this is the profile of the tool. And for the roughing tool path, you can see I leave 0.01 stock. That means when I offset this profile 0.01, you can see this is the profile of the part. The roughing tool path will follow. Okay, 0.01, and it will go like this. Yeah, you can see it follow the offset tool path here. Sorry, the offset boundary here. Yeah, you can see it's follow this curve and to the bottom of the part. Yeah, so is 0.01 distance from the part surface. And so this is what happened with the half-inch ball mill. Yeah, so you can see it cannot go to this area, and that's why we have some mark of the roughing tool here. And now this is before the tool path fillet. You can see it's follow this profile 0.01 stock to lift. And now when I change, I activate the tool path fillet here with the tool, with the finish tool. I use 0.5, and with corner radius 0.25, and the taper angle is 0 degree, and the tool height is 3 inches. I think this is not so important. Most important is this one and this one. This one is only important when you have some taper angle, so it can use this value for defining the shape of the tool. Okay, now I regenerated the tool path again with the fillet activated. Okay, and let's take a look on this. You can see the tool is now a little bit far away from the part surface. Yeah, that's because we create a V-tool radius here. Now I can show you. If I make a fillet here with a radius 0.25 and not 3 meters apart. Okay, so this is the new radius. I'll mark it in green so you can easily see. Okay, blue. So this is the stock to lift, and this is the new tool path fillet. You can see. Oh, sorry. Now the tool is follow the new profile. You see that? I think it should be here. I make a line here. Alright, and then we make the fillet from here to here. Yeah, and this is the new curve. Yeah, this is the 0.25, and after we apply the fillet, you can see the tool will now follow this curve, the new curve here. You can see that. So now it's not go too deep into the corner, and the 1/2" ball mill can clean this corner. Yeah, that's very nice. For safety, you can make it a little bit bigger for the tool. If you, for example, you want to finish with a 1/2" ball mill, you can make this maybe 25 or 52 and this 26. Yeah, that's enough to make sure we have stocks for the finish tool. Okay, I will try to the correct value for the finish tool so we can see if we have any different. Okay, we simulate the tool path again, and this is the roughing tool path, and this is the finish with the same tool, 1/2" ball mill. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, Mastercam has many crazy stuff. But it's really interesting. Yep. We still have the mark, so I'm gonna try to use a greater value. Oh, sorry, this corner radius should be 0.25. My mistake. My mistake. Okay, try it again. Roughing tool and finish. Let's see if we have any difference. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, it's look better now. You can see all the mark is clean now. Very, very clean. It's super. That's nice, right? Yes, that's it, what I want to talk about. Very nice function. Very nice. That's the Toolpath fillet. So with this option, we don't have to modify the model to use a bigger one, a bigger tool for finish. We just input the value you want, just input the value of the tool you want to finish the part, and everything will be modified automatically. Super. I love it. I love this function. Okay. This is the part for demonstration, and now we go to the part for case study. Yep. Look at this part. It's not so nice. It's had a lot of small radius here, small fillet. Just imagine you have to machine this part, and you have to finish this part with small tool, like very small tool, and you can see we need a very long tool to reach to this area for the small fillet. But as I say, for some feature like this part, the external surface here, you can see all around, all the surface outside, maybe it's not so important, just for cosmetic or something, so you don't need to run this corner as and use a very small tool, because you know when you use a very small tool, it tend to have vibration, chatter, and everything. And long tool, it's very difficult to get to the bottom of this part using a normal tool and on a 3-axis machine, so it's something impossible, and it's not so good. So in some case, the design of the part allow you to use a bigger tool for finish this part. Okay, I will take a check on the part so you can see how small the radius is. This one have you can see 0.06 or 0.08 radius, and also this one is 0.125 radius. So you need very small tool to get to this area. Okay, like this. It's a 0.125 radius, very small to get it. And this is the stock to make the park, and I make some Toolpath here, one roughing Toolpath. Yeah, this is off the rough Toolpath, and after this roughing operation we have the stock will become like this. Yeah, you can see no problem with the flat end mill. It can reach to the radius here, the fillet here, no problem. Yeah, this is Toolpath without fillet, Toolpath fillet. Yeah, I have not activated, just a normal roughing Toolpath. And this is the stock after the roughing operation. Yep, this look pretty nice. Okay, and for the finishing I use a hybrid Toolpath, because this is just for demonstration, so I don't make this at the real park. I just want to show you how the Toolpath fillet work. So don't ask why I can run this park like this, no collision, and yeah, how I can do it. It's just for demonstration. Okay, you can see this is the fillet Toolpath, and I use the half inch ball mill, so because the tool is too big and the fillet is too small. And after that I clean it the corner with the same tool. This is a half inch ball and mill, and I clean the corner with pencil Toolpath. And this is the stock after the finished operation. You can see you still can see the mark from the flat end mill. The big ball mill cannot clean this corner. That's nightmare, and we have a crazy park here. You have to use smaller tool in order to clean this corner. So if we are allowed to use a bigger tool and we don't have to run this fillet too small, we can run this the fillet look like here. So this is the time for the Toolpath fillet. Okay, first we try to to simulate it. Okay, because this part has some collision, so I'm gonna turn off the collision checking just for demonstration only. Okay. And this is the roughing Toolpath. I will make it fast. Yep, this is the roughing operation. We have some collision here with the holder, but I turn it off so we can see. We just want to see how the Toolpath fillet work. Okay. Okay, and this is the part after the roughing operation, and we go to the finished operation with a half inch ball mill. You can see we have the same issue with last time on the simple part. And this is the finished Toolpath. This is the hybrid. Oh, this tool go into the hole also. You see on the vertical corner here, there's no problem because we use I think half inch end mill, so it had the same radius with the finish tool on the vertical fillet. But on the horizontal fillet here, we have the difference in the radius of the tool in the horizontal direction. So that's what we have. Yeah, we have the same problem. The corner here still have the mark of the roughing tool, and the big finish tool cannot clean this corner. Yeah, this nightmare. So you don't want it. you don't want it. You can see we had a lot of mark from the roughing tool here, here, and here. In the past, I didn't know anything about the Toolpath fillet. This is the way I use. First, I create the surface. I do it manually, and it takes a lot of time. First, this is surface, and then I have to manually create the fillet. So the flat anvil cannot go into. Okay, I go to the use the fillet to surface. For example, like this and this. So I input yes, something like this. I have to do it manually to make a bigger radius so the flat anvil cannot go into the fillet, the small corner here. But you can see if it's the big part, it's impossible, and it's not so good because yeah, you cannot fix them more. So it's not a good idea to create a fillet by hand. So after I know the Toolpath fillet option, it changed my life. It's crazy awesome. Okay, now I make another Toolpath group. Okay, I copy. I make another Toolpath group. Make it after, and I copy all. Oh, sorry, I copy all of the operation. Oop. So this one is I renamed it sample part with Toolpath fillet, so you can see the difference. Okay, we have the same stock model, and the rough. With this one, we turn on the Toolpath fillet. Okay, and because I want to finish with the 1/2 inch ball mill, so I'm gonna use 0.5 and 0.25 for radius, and maybe use 4 inches for tool head. Okay, and choo. Yep, I run this one. Wait a minute, we have some problem with the stock model, but I will change it later. Ding 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 ding. Let's see how it's run. We need to wait. Okay, I'm back and I'm trying to regenerate the Toolpath. Okay. Choo. This number 8 Toolpath off the roughing I use with the Toolpath fillet activated, and this one number 2 is I use it without the Toolpath fillet. Without Toolpath fillet. Okay. And this one raw part with Toolpath fillet. Okay. And we wait some minute for the stock to be regenerated. Okay. This one is the stock, the finished stock. This is the finished stock without using the Toolpath fillet, and we are waiting for the final stock of this option. Take a look on the stock model after the roughing operation. This is the stock after the roughing operation without the Toolpath fillet. You can see here at the corner position, is pretty close to the corner, but with this one, number 9, after roughing operation, you can see is a little bit far away from the stock, from the park surface, so it's pretty nice. And this is a stock model of the finished park. I will turn off the park so you can easy to see. Okay, this is a stock of the finished park without using the Toolpath fillet, and this is the one with Toolpath fillet. You can see we have a smooth area here. I need to turn on the park Toolpath hybrid. You can see we have a little different when we use this one and this one, because we set the radius of fillet. So here at the bottom of the park, with this option we have a set material here, but we don't have it set on this one. So when we do the finish, we still have some material here needs to be cleaned. So when you activate the Toolpath fillets, but just make sure you don't left any uncut material here, because with this one activate option, you leave more material here in the corner, but you also make a fillet here at the bottom of the park, and so that's why we have some uncut material here, and that's not good for the finish tool. So if you use this one with Toolpath fillet, you need to make another Toolpath for cleaning the bottom of the park before we do the finish cutting. Okay, so that's why we have stock like this. We have some plunge mark from the finish tool into the uncut material. That's why you need another Toolpath for cleaning the material here before we do the finish. But let's take a look on all of the fillets here. They are totally clean and no mark from the rough tool, and you can see different from here to here. Yeah, you can see very clear, and this is much nice and much better. You can see that, and we try to run the simulation. Okay, we rob the park. Yes. Okay, so this is the park after roughing. Yeah, be careful with this uncut material. You change the park and you also change here, so nothing had been cut here. So you need to make something like a sub operation for cleaning this material, like a 2D contour or something before you're doing the finish. Okay, and now is the finish. Ooh, I forgot to patch the hole, so the tool go into all of the hole. That's crazy. But look at the fillet. You can see now it's no longer any mark of the roughing tool. All mark have been cleaned. This is a good sign. You can see we don't have to create the fillet manually. We just modify the Toolpath and everything is become much better. Okay, you can see no mark from the roughing tool. Very nice park. Even we use a big tool for finish the part. It's also look very nice. You can see no mark left from the rough tool. Very nice. And this is the pencil tool pad. Clean the corner again. I will turn off the color so you can see it's very smooth. Yep, look at this. Now we have no mark from the rough tool. That's a good sign for this part, and it look perfect, right? I don't know if you see, if you think that's good, but with me it's perfect. And the Toolpath fillets is very powerful in this case. So with the Toolpath fillet we can avoid to use the small tool, and we can rough the part with the flat end mill with no problem. Instead you have to use the bull end mill or ball end mill for roughing, so that's not so good. And the Toolpath fillet also create a smooth transformation, so the tool cannot go to the sharp corner. That is much better for the tool. You know, when the tool have to go to the sharp corner, it's maybe a lot of chatter and not good for the tool life, for the life of the tool. So you can also use the Toolpath fillet for not also the roughing Toolpath, but also for the finished Toolpath. Yeah, it's a very nice function in Mastercam, I think. So after this video, I think you can use this function in your park and make some nice park with this function. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thanks for watching. This is a long video. See you soon. Bye bye.